Hi, Robbie here from AFTV, and I thought I'd do a little video where let's just talk about Granit Xhaka and the whole situation around Granit Xhaka. Obviously, it's the most talked about thing following our game that took place against Crystal Palace, where we drew the game by 2 goals, 2-2 draw. And you know what? The thing is about it, it's the most talked about thing after the game. And actually, the most talked about thing after that game should have been how VAR was an absolute disaster and cost Arsenal all 3 points in the game. That's what should have been the talking point. But the talking point is all about Granit Xhaka. And first of all, let me just tell you, in case you don't know exactly what happened, I was at the game. I'll tell you exactly what happened because I've heard radio stations and people talking about this who didn't know what happened, especially a lot of the pundits over here in England, because remember, the game wasn't live on TV in England. The live game was Liverpool versus Tottenham. So a lot of pundits and people over here found out about what happened afterwards and have really done a not accurate, portrayal of exactly what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened, right? Granit Xhaka's number came up. We were making a substitution, a tactical substitution. Saka was coming on and the manager was bringing Granit Xhaka off. As soon as his number went up for him to go off, there was a lot of ironic cheers. Not booing, cheers around all the fans. Now, I said it at the time, straight after the game when I was doing interviews and that, I didn't like it. I don't like this. I'm a kind of a bit of an old school supporter that says that when you're inside the ground, don't boo your players. I remember when we lost 6-0 to Chelsea, I didn't boo the players then, right? And I didn't leave the game. That's just me, but some fans are different, right? There was some ironic jeering. So it was like, hey, Xhaka, get off, right? Yay, that sort of ironic cheers. Now, I thought I didn't like it. It's not the first time it's happened as well with Xhaka. Let's get that clear as well. That happened at Sheffield United when he was substituted. It's happened in other games as well. That he's kind of sometimes a bit of a scapegoat for the fans. There's a lot of fans that have not been happy with his performances over the years at Arsenal. And let's have it right. They haven't been great, if we're being honest. Granit Xhaka's made a lot of very costly mistakes. The stats are there to back it up. And there's a lot of fans that were very unhappy at him being made the captain because they just thought that, he shouldn't warrant starting in the team every week as captain. So anyway, that happened. The jeering happens and sort of it. Now, whereas in the other game when it happened, Granit Xhaka just sprinted straight off the pitch. And that's what would normally happen. He reacted. He deliberately, first of all, he went, yeah, as if to say, yeah, it's my fault. It's always my fault. That's what he did at first. And then he deliberately walked off the pitch at a snail's pace, even though it's 2-2. We want to win the game. We're at home. All the fans. So the fans, that's when they started booing. They were like, get off. Boo. And even some people around me that hadn't initially taken part in that jeering and that were booing him because they're like, get off the pitch. Get off. We want to win this game. He walked off. He swore at the camera, telling the fans to F off. He went down the tunnel. He ripped off his shirt. Looked like he was about to throw it. We don't know whether he threw it or not. Disappeared down the tunnel. Very unsavoury moment. And that's what's led to all the controversy. That's exactly what happened, right? Now, I thought to myself that in the evening on Sunday, there'd be some sort of apology from Granit Xhaka. And as I said, the fans are not blameless. But I thought there'd be some sort of apology. There was nothing. I thought to myself, okay, Monday, Granit Xhaka will come out, put some sort of apology out there. No apology on Monday. I was like, well, surely Tuesday, he's got to, You've got the press conference that we're going to have for Unai Emery ahead of the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Unai Emery will announce that he's made an apology and, we can start moving on. Still nothing. which has resulted in us still talking about it on Wednesday. Still no apology. And, you know, we've been told that he's devastated, he's sad. There's rumours that players went round to see him, 3 players after the game. Unai Emery said he's not really in a good place right now. We hear all that. And listen, you have to take, you know, mental illness and stuff like that very seriously. We did a video on it the other day, and it is something that we treat very seriously. And listen, every footballer is a human being. Hector Bellerin's come out and said that, you know, we need to all to be together. A couple of the other players, and I agree with that. However, I have to say, why has he not apologised yet? Even if somebody else had done it on his behalf, that would be helping to put this to bed. He's not apologised. I even heard this morning, like some ex sort of footballers and that. Oh, I feel sorry for Granit, the fans. But listen, football. He's not the first player to ever get booed, right? I remember. Listen, Iwobi was getting the sort of ironic cheers and that as well. The same ironic cheers that you've seen being received by Xhaka in that game. Iwobi's had that for longer than Xhaka, and he never reacted in that way. Theo Walcott used to get that sometimes when he was substituted, didn't react in that way. We know the stuff with Aboué and stuff like that in the past. You know, going right back to, like, we was talking to Kevin Campbell, he said to me, Robbie, I used to get that when I played. He goes, that's how it is. Sometimes you can't react. Now, we know that everybody's different, but he's reacted. How can he not apologise yet? He even looked at the camera and swore, right? Now, that alone, the millions of youngsters around the world and that are watching him, he's a captain of the club. Why can't he apologise? What is so hard in saying, I apologise for the fans for my conduct in coming off the pitch? You ain't got to address nothing else yet. Address everything else after. And the fact that he hasn't done that is making the situation worse. I don't know who's advising him. I'm sure the club, well, we hear the rumours that the club have told him to apologise. He's still not apologised. Which then, as a fan, you start to draw conclusions and say, well, actually, he ain't sorry. He's glad he did what he's done. And he doesn't want to play for us again. I saw Unai Emery saying that, you know, he says the fans don't like him. That's not every fan. Not every single fan dislikes you. But by not coming out and apologising, a simple apology, I am sorry. I say that to my kids. Say you're sorry. You can deal with a bigger thing afterwards. Say you're sorry first. Nothing. Nothing from Granit Xhaka. Yeah? And listen, this is something that could be, if he apologised, we can get over and try and move on from it. Remember Beckham? He got booed by the whole country of England. I heard some idiots yesterday on the radio trying to even put some of the blame on fan TV. Right? What about when Beckham got booed by the whole country? Right? At that time when he gave away, he got sent off against Argentina. Right? There was no fan TV then. Don't put the blame on other things, right? It happened. The situation happened. Xhaka, let's be honest, he's not been a great player for Arsenal over the years. Xhaka needs to even look at himself in that game. He could have defended a lot better for their second goal, right? You can't just put everything on the fans. Fans get frustrated too, just like Granit gets frustrated. Fans get frustrated, but if you're the captain of a football club and you have behaved like that towards your fans, I'm sorry, you need to apologise. That's the first step, right? They're saying, you know, he's in a bad place. Get someone, your agent can apologise on your behalf. I don't get it. And that lack of apology, to me, it shows me that he's not truly sorry. And the longer it goes on, without no apology, the worse it is. So for me, Granit, you need to apologise to the fans. You need to apologise to the fans. Then we take it from there. That's the first step. A lot of things, listen, a lot of things happen in the heat of the moment. And people will say things like, oh, he can never be captain again, or he can never play for Arsenal again, or he can never this or never that. And we don't know how it turns out. Look at the same situation I just said with Beckham, right? It actually grew him into a better player, grew him into a, he actually became even bigger after that incident, right? Sometimes a setback can be the making of you. So Granit, this is not the end of the world. Come out and converse with the fans. You were sorry, And unfortunately in football, these things happen. I mean, you know what? People are having a go at Arsenal fans, and even me, I was having a go, but there's other countries a lot worse. Remember Icardi, Mario Icardi in Inter Milan? They unfurled a huge banner, basically telling him to get out of the club. We don't want you. You're not welcome. He was captain as well. He had to apologise. He's since had other incidents. He's moved on from the club. But once you go up against the fans, you ain't going to win that battle because you need them. You need them week in, week out. So it's not the first time. Fans get frustrated. There's fans up and down the country that get frustrated, with their players. I was reading a Liverpool fan where he said, listen, he goes, I remember some of us booing Moreno when he was there because we were so frustrated with how poor he was performing. It's not something that doesn't happen. Chelsea fans were having a go at Jorginho last season. Now look how well he's playing. It's not the end of the world. But the first step is there needs to be a bit of a humbling by Granit Xhaka. Just say sorry. If it's a deeper thing, you can then take yourself away and deal with that. Get yourself back in a place and hopefully be able to return back to Arsenal's team. And as I said, sometimes these setbacks can be the making of a player. It can be the turning point. It can be where the fans themselves look at themselves and say, you know what? Nah, I wasn't too happy with that. We shouldn't really have done that. Actually, we're scapegoating him a bit. Let's give him a fairer chance. But if you don't apologise and you leave it longer, then fans are different. They're like, you know what, this guy don't care. He's not apologised. He doesn't want to be there. Get out of our club. That's how they'll start looking on it. So let's hope that this can be resolved soon. We need to have all the players on track. We've got some difficult games coming up. In the Premier League, Leicester away coming up, Wolves at home, 2 difficult games. And we need everybody together and we need leadership. And that's from the top as well. Unai Emery's got questions to answer as well because he made Granit Xhaka the captain when he knew that he wasn't the most popular figure with the fans. But that's another video. Thanks for watching AFTV. Don't forget to subscribe and let's hope that this can get resolved ASAP.